Yes. Yes. Good evening, all of you. Just now I shared you one PDF. It contains JavaScript assignments you can complete. So go to here. If you observe carefully, here onwards, write a program to check number is divisible by 7 or not. How to verify? How to write here? Okay. So you can take it one by one and try to complete the assignment. So can you please try to complete assignment one by one? Forget about this 1 to 20 and you can try to start working on 21 onwards. 21 to 50 like this, up to 50, 62 like this, up to 76, up to 76. Okay. So can you please try to complete these assignments? Even if I'm going to share you is the WhatsApp group also to you. Just try to complete. Try to complete. I'm going to give you here. Okay. And a few more are there, you can try. This one also. Okay. So this is a complete assignments and mainly focusing on this one also. JavaScript task. So how to create expense tracker using JavaScript. Indian mobile number validation using regular expression, like you need to complete the task also. You need to complete the task also. Okay, just follow this one. If you have any questions, please ask me, I can help. Okay. The core idea. Yeah. Hi, Girish.
Hi, sir. Good evening.
Yeah, what's going on, Girish? Comfortable?
Yes, sir.
That's fine. Yeah, you
I'm
can
practicing.
complete. Yeah, good, good. And fine, I'll help out. Okay. Hi, Gnanavika.
Hello, sir.
Completed ma yesterday's one. Iterative statement for loop, while loop, and do while loop, and
Yes, sir.
yes, good. You can spend time and complete that assignments also today.
Okay, sir.
Thank you. Today I'm going to start with the functions. What is a JavaScript function and a function roadmap? Function roadmap. So let me go to just what is a function. So I'm going to share it to you. Yeah. So fine. So what is a function? What is a function, Naveen? JavaScript function. JavaScript function. What is function? Any programming language, this concept is common. Even JavaScript function, Python function, Java method. Java method. So what is a function? How to create a function in JavaScript? So function means group of statements. Group of statements for specific task. For statements for specific task. Specific task. Specific purpose, that's all. Specific purpose. So how to create a function? We are creating a function using function keyword. Using function keyword. Specific task. Log in. Login is my function name. I'm going to group my statement, starting and ending. Group of statement. Statement number 1, statement number 2, and so on. N number of statement. I'm going to group my statement for specific purpose. Log in, log out, forget password, cancel order, update order, delete order, create order. So delete account, everything is a function. Everything is a function. How to create a function using function keyword. And whenever you want execute your state function, we can execute. This is a function creation. I'm going to invoke my function using function name login. Can I invoke the function n number of times? Yes, we can invoke the function n number of times. we can invoke the function n number of times. So create function one time and invoke n number of times. This is a function declaration. Function declaration. This is a invoking. We are invoking function. So invoking function n number of times. How to invoke function name with parenthesis? Function name with parenthesis. So let me write one function here. So I'm going to write one function, one.js. So fun's function name is login. I'm going to use login success. Login success. My function name is login. My function name is login. So function is created. Can I invoke the function n number of times? Yes, we can invoke the function n number of times. Let me execute the program. Copy path, and go to command prompt. I'm going to open my folder in command prompt. cmd and node one.js. Login success. Can I invoke my function n number of times? Yes, we can invoke function n number of times. We can invoke function n number of times. I'm invoking my function n number of times. Fine, I'm invoking. So main objective of function is code reusability. Create once and invoke n number of times. Invoke n number of times. Invoke n number of times only. So declare function one time and invoke n number of times. Declare function one time and invoke n number of times. So definitely we are getting code reusability. Code reusability. See, we are grouping our statements using one function. I want to execute a group of statement for specific purpose. Purpose is login, log out, forget password, create order, add to cart, delete cart, payment, history, everything is we called function only. Function only. This is a function. How to create a function? Using function name. Using function name. So what is the use of a function? To get the reusability. One of the way to get the reusability. Function is a keyword. This is a function name. I'm invoking my function. Definitely what you required? Parenthesis is required. Parenthesis is required. So in this program, which statement is going to execute first? Line number 5 is going to execute first. In your file, one.js, function is there or not? Login is there or not? Login is there. It is going to execute. It is going to execute. So try to understand. I'm going to write a few more functions also. You'll get the complete picture. You'll get the complete picture. So let me go to, I'm going to write the various styles of the functions. Various styles of functions. So what is a function? What is function? So let me write the few examples right now. Function. My function name is add. My function name is add. So I'm invoking my function. How to invoke function? Using function name. Using function name. Fine, beautiful. So console.log addition. Console.log addition. So output is addition. Can I invoke function n number of times? Yes. So I'm going to create a one more function. One more function. My function name is add. My function name is add. So I'm invoking my function. At the time of invoking, I am passing 10, 20. So what is the 10, 20? These are arguments. These are argument. How to receive? Using parameter. In this program, I'm invoking my function. A value 10, B value 20. What is the A and B? A and B are parameters. A and B are parameters. And I'm going to invoke my function. A plus B. So definitely output is 30. Can I invoke function one more time? Yes, we can invoke function one more time. 1, comma 2. What is the output? 3. So I'm going to invoke one more time. I'm passing only 10. What is the output, ma? What is the output? Anyone? Hi, Girish, what is the output, ma? What is the output here? I'm invoking my function. A value 10. What is the B value? Yes. Yes. What is the B value? Yes, Priyanka. What is the B value? See, in this statement, A value 10, B value 20. Output is A plus B 30. A value 1, B value 2. Output is 1 plus 2, 3. In this line, A value, what is A value? What is B value? A value 10. What is the B value?
Undefined.
Undefined. So what is the output?
None.
Not a number. Not a number. So at the time of discussing about operators, we discuss one topic when you will get not a number. So at the time of addition point of view and multiplication point of view, so number type plus undefined will get not a number. If you are unable to perform addition and concatenation, will get not a number. At the time of multiply string into number, exact string into number, will get not a number. If you are unable to perform addition and concatenation, if you are unable to perform multiplication, we will get not a number. We will get not a number. So in this add function, what is A, what is the B? A and B are parameters. These are actual values. These are actual values. Let me write the one simple program, 2.js. I'm creating a one function. Function name is add. Function name is add. Fine, beautiful. So console.log addition. Console.log addition. So I'm invoking my function. Can I invoke n number of times? Yes. Can I invoke n number of times? Yes. Node2.js. CLS node2.js. So I'm invoking my function 2 times. So without parameters. So I'm creating one more function, 3.js. Let me create a one function. Function name is add. So let me invoke my function. At the time of invoking, I'm passing 10, 20. How to receive 10, 20? Using A, B. What is a A? What is a B? A is a parameter. B is a parameter. A plus B. A plus, just mouse over here. What is a A? A is a parameter. What is a B? B is a parameter. 10 is a argument. 20 is a argument. Right now output is 30. So can I invoke one more time? Yes. 100 and 200. What is the output? 300. So I'm going to invoke my function one more time. I'm passing Rahul plus I'm passing Gandhi. So what is the output, ma? So it is going to performing concatenation. Rahul Gandhi. Rahul Gandhi. So I'm going to invoke my function. I'm passing only 10. So what is the output? Not a number. Not a number. Let me execute the function. Node 3.js. 30, 300, Rahul Gandhi. Rahul Gandhi. I think, what is the value buddy here? Rahul and Gandhi. Where it is? Somewhere A plus B. Why? Rahul and Gandhi, correct? A comma B. So no, we have to pass one more variable, right? See, comma buddy. We have to use comma. We have to use comma. Now we can verify. So I'm passing two arguments, Rahul and Gandhi. A value Rahul, B value Gandhi. A plus B, Rahul Gandhi. A plus B, Rahul Gandhi. Fine, perfect. Rahul Gandhi. Rahul Gandhi. Output is Rahul Gandhi. Perfect. And in this one, A value 10, B value undefined. B value undefined. 10 plus undefined. 10 plus undefined. Output always not a number. Not a number. Not a number. So when you will get a not a number, when you will get a not a number. If you are unable to perform addition and concatenation, when you will get not a number. So try to understand, this is my function. So at the time of executing read.js, which statement is going to execute first? Line number 5 is going to execute first. So function is there, yes. Function is there, function is going to invoking. So what is a value, what is b value? A value 10, b value 20. A plus b, output 30. Line number 6, a value 100, b value 200. Output is 300. A value Rahul, B value Gandhi. Output is Rahul Gandhi. Rahul Gandhi. At the time of executing line number 8, I'm passing only one argument, A value 10 and B value undefined. 10 plus undefined, A plus B. Output is not a number. When you will get not a number, at that already we discussed operators level. At the time of performing addition, at the time of performing multiplication. So if you are unable to perform addition and concatenation, if you are unable to perform addition and concatenation and multiplication will get not a number, So just try to understand. So this is a program without parameters. This is with parameters. Let me write one more example here only. 4.js. So I'm going to create one function. My function name is add. So here I'm going to use a comma b comma c. Console.log a plus b plus c. So how many parameters are there? 3 parameters. I'm passing 10 comma 20 comma 30. I'm going to pass 10 comma 20. So what is the output here? Yes, what is the output here, ma? Yes. What is the Nitya? What is the output, ma? What is the output? What is the output? Yes. What is the output? Anyone? Output is 60. What about here? What about here? What is the
Not a
output?
number.
Definitely not a number. Definitely
Not
not
a
a
number.
correct. Exactly. So now what I'm doing is I'm going to pass a default value 1. Now what is the value? What is the value? What is the value? So output is 60. Definitely. Here what is the value? 31. So if you are not providing C value, it is going to take the default value. Correct? Are you getting right my point? So see previous example. So 2.js without parameters. 3.js with the parameters. 4.js with the parameter with the default value. Let me write here node 4.js 60 and 31. 60 and 31. So I hope you got the idea about the what is parameter, function and parameters with the default value. Let me write one more way I'm writing. So I'm going to create one function. I'm going to create one function. Beautiful. My function name is add. Beautiful. So now I'm going to invoke my function. I'm passing 10 comma 20. How many arguments I'm passing? A comma b. My function is doing something and return a plus b. So try to understand. Now I'm going to give you one statement to you. What is function? Function means A group of statements for specific purpose. Is doing some function is doing some executing business logic and return some value. Return some value. What is the R1 value right now? R1 result 1 equals to 30. So what is a function? What is function? What is function? What is function? What is function? So function means group of statements for specific purpose, PUR, and execute business logic, business logic, and return some value, return some value. Very simple. What is function? What is function? What is function? So try to understand. So at the time of executing 5.js, which statement is going to execute first? Line number 5 is going to execute. In your file, add function is there or not? Is there. And I'm passing a value 10, b value 20. Return a plus b, 10 plus 20, 30. Return statement is going to return the value. So right now R1 value is 30. R1 value is 30. So what is a function? Group of statements for specific purpose and execute some business logic and return some value. Return some value. Can I execute my function n number of times? Yes, we can execute function n number of times. So I'm going to execute one more time. Let R2 equals to function name add. I'm passing 1, 2. Console.log R2. Console.log R2. What is the output here? Output is 3. Output is 3. See here. Output is 60. What is this one? So file name is node5.js. 30 and 3. 30 and 3. 30. First time 30, second time 3. So we can execute function n number of times. Execute function n number of times. What is function? A group of statements for specific purpose. And function is going to execute business logic and return some value. Return is always optional. So let me go to, I'm going to create one more function. So 6.js. See here, I'm going to create one more function. So I'm going to create one function. Function name is calculate age. Calculate age is a function. So here I'm doing some executing some business logic. Business logic. Will do. How to invoke function calculate age? So my function is doing something and return some value. Return some value. Maybe I'm going to use 0 right now, just for testing purpose. How to receive here? Here I'm receiving. Let age 1 equals to, or result 1 equals to. Here I'm passing my date of birth, 1983. I'm passing some date of birth. So how many argument I'm passing right now? One argument I'm passing. How to receive? So DOB year, date of birth year. So what is the value of date of birth year? 1983. So I want to calculate current age. So let me go to, so age equals to, I want to calculate current year minus DOB year, date of birth year, date of birth year. So what is the current year here? Current year equals to 2025. So finally I'm going to return age. So I'm going to print my age. Age 1. So definitely I'll get the, I'm going to print my age. 6.js. My age is 42. What is function? group of statements for specific purpose and executing some business logic and return the value, return the value, return the value, return the value. So what is function? What is function? So at the time of, this is my function. This is my function. So at the time of executing 6.js file, which statement is going to first execute first? Line number 8 is going to execute first. Function is there. Yes, function is there. How many argument we are passing? One argument. I am receiving through the parameter. What is this one? This is a parameter. Parameter. So current year 2025. 2025 minus date of birth year. So I'm getting the value age. I'm going to return the age. So return I'm going to store into age 1. So can I invoke this function n number of times? Yes, we can invoke this function n number of times. We can invoke this function n number of times. So let me take it same thing, or here only I'm going to write. Let age 2 equals to calculate age. I'm passing 2001. So I'm going to print console.log age 2, age 2. So here I'm getting 42, and here might be we'll get some value, we'll get it. So 24, 24, 24. So try to understand what is function. Function means a group of statements executing some business logic and return the value. Return the value. So this is my function. This is my function. So I'm executing my function. So let me go to, see, once a function is created, we can invoke n number of times. Main objective of the function is code reusability. We are reusing my function n number of times. So at the time of executing line number 9, so date of birth year is 1983. And I'm calculating age, I'm going to return the value. And at the time of executing line number 11, and I'm calculating my age and return some value. I'm going to store into age 2. So we'll get output. We'll get a output. So try to understand how to create a function. So yes, let me go to one more way. I'm going to write here. 7.js. So here we are calculating, we are hard coding the current year. How to get current year? I'm using here one more way. New date object dot get year, get full year. So I'm using one date object. We are using date object. So definitely we'll get same result. So node 7.js, 7.42 and 24. So what is this one? What is a function? What is function? Group of statements for a specific task, executing some business logic. See, I'm getting the current year with help of date object. New date is a object name. New date dot get full year. I'm getting the full year value. Full year is 2025. Current year is 2025. 2025 minus date of birth year is 1983 or 2001. I'm getting the result. So now just my intention is, what is function? See, I'm creating object. How to get the current year? New date object dot get full year is a function. Again, we'll discuss this is a later. We can hard code. You don't want this one, just simply you can hard code also. Previous one. You can simply hard code also. We can simply hard code the value 2025. 2025. See here. Here I'm using how to get the current year. New date dot get full year. Here I'm hard coding the value 2025. What is function? Group of statements for specific task. If you observe here carefully, all these things. See here, function with parameters. Function with parameters. Function with something is missing here somewhere. Maybe, right? Maybe programming point of view, you can verify here only. So like 2.js. See here, function without parameters. Function with parameters, a comma b. And 4 does function with parameters with default value. And 5, function with parameter with return statement. And return statement. Anyway, this one we are doing. This one we are doing like this. I hope you got idea about the what is function. What is function? If you take it any application, suppose if you take one application Flipkart. So we are loading, at the time of loading something, that is also one function. Here if you say here a lot of my profile is a one kind of a function. And orders, these are the orders, this is one function. Get orders or history is a one function. Suppose log out is a function. Login is a function. Log out and login is a function. So this is everything is we called function only. New to Flipkart, create account is a function. Existing user, login is a one kind of function. So everything is a function. Function means a group of statements for specific task. Here I mentioned very clearly. So group of statements executing some business logic and return the value. 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 Execute some business logic and return the value. Here I am going to write one example. Can you please tell me what is the output, all of you? So here I am going to write one simple JavaScript file, test.java, test.js, test.js. Yes, good. So I'm going to open in my node edit ++. I'm creating one function. Function name is text. My function is going to return some value. Return good morning. Return good morning. Return some good morning. RUTURN. TURN. My function is going to return some good morning. File console.log good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Fine. Then I'm going to invoke my function name test. Invoke my function name test. If we execute the program, what is the output? Anyone, buddy? Anyone? See here, I'm going to show you here. Yeah.
Good morning, sir.
Okay, good, good. Anyone, buddy? Anyone? Yeah, it's fine.
Because once the return statement is executed, it will
Yeah.
come out of the black.
Exactly correct. Exactly correct. See, buddy, I'm invoking my function test. Invoking my function test. Here only I'm talking about. So see, if you execute the program, see here, I'm going to show you this program in my coding editor. Coding editor. See, basically whatever you are writing here, line number 4 is a unreachable statement. Why I'm going to tell you. See, in this program, so maybe line number 6 is going to execute first. This is line number 6 is going to execute first. This is my function. So already return statement execution means it is come out from the block. It is come out from the block. So whatever you are writing after return statement, these are unreachable statement. Unreachable or non-executable. Unreachable or non-executable statements. Non-executable statement. One is the best practice is don't write anything after return keyword. If you are writing something after return keyword, that is unreachable statement or non-executable statement. See, right now I'm using a dragon theme. Let me go to node test.js. Node test.js. So we are not holding the value. Let me go to message. So MSG. Now you can print the MSG. Console.log MSG. Now comes to here. Output is good morning. Output is Good morning. So what about this statement? It is a unreachable statement. Unreachable statement only. So I'm changing my theme settings, color theme, Visual Studio normal light theme, light default theme. See here, line number 4 is disabled. This is the enabled. So write me same statement. I'm writing one more time. If here it is enabled, line number 4 is disabled. Why disabled? It is a unreachable statement. Reachable statement. So that's why don't write anything after return statement. If you're writing something after return statement, it is not going to execute. One of the best practices don't write anything after return statement. Return statement is not going to execute. It's not going to execute only. I hope you got idea about the what is function. What is function? Group of statements execute some business logic and return the value. This is the best example for practicing this one. What is this one? What is function? Executing some business logic. Group of statements executing some business logic and return the value. So I hope you got idea about the function. What is a function? I'm going to give you the functions roadmap right now. So if you want expertise on functions, just to follow this one simple roadmap I'm going to follow to you. So you can understand. What is a function? Okay. What is function? Then you can focus on inner function. How to write a inner function? What is inner function? Then you can practice with the fat arrow function or anonymous. We called anonymous. Rarely we called anonymous. We called fat arrow functions. Fat arrow or arrow function. Both are same. Fat arrow or arrow function. Beautiful. So once you are comfortable this one, then we are going to discuss about asynchronous programming. Asynchronous programming using JavaScript. So this is the main objective, buddy. My intention is to understand the fat arrow function. I'm giving the roadmap to you. So first need to concentrating on what is function. How to write the inner function or nested function. Then focus on fat arrow function. Then focus on the asynchronous programming with JavaScript. How to achieve asynchronous programming? Using callback function. Using callbacks. Second, promise concept. Third, async and await. And again, we can understand what is a function closer. Or you can understand higher order functions, higher order components to understand this and all these things. Slowly we'll get all these things. So you can find a recursive function also. It's not required for us. So just we discuss about what is a function. What is function? If you see here, like a 2.js, function without parameters. Function with parameters with default value. And the function is doing something and return the value. And what is function? Function means a group of statement executing some business logic and return the value. I'm going to share this image to you for your reference. Just you can follow this roadmap to you. Functions roadmap. How to create a function. How to invoke the function. So at the time of invoking the function, what we are passing? We are passing some arguments. Let me write one more example. I'm going to write here. Right? Here only. Okay, here only. Fine. So let me go to demo.java, demo.js. Okay, fine. Demo.js. So fine, let me go to function name is demo. Function name is demo. So console.log demo or example or test case 1, 2, 3, test case 1, 2, 3. So I'm invoking my function demo. So I'm invoking my function. I'm passing here 10. I'm passing here 20. I'm passing here 30. I'm passing here 40. I'm passing here 10, 10, 50, I'm going to pass one more time, invoking one more time. Yeah. So try to understand, if I execute the code as it is, what is the output here? What is the output? What is the output, ma? Yes. Anyone, buddy? How many times I'm executing my function here? 1, 2, 3. Okay, fine. Tell me here, what is the output? Yes. Anyone, buddy? Anyone? What is the output? What is the output here?
First one is undefined, maybe. And
No, I'm not asking about either undefined or not. So can I execute the program as it is? What is the output? Very simple, ma. Line number 2 is going to execute 6 times. See here, at the time of line number 5, demo function is there, yes. 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 Function is going to execute n number of times here. So it is not going to verify number of argument, number of parameters. No need to match, because JavaScript is a loosely typed programming language. Node demo.js. JavaScript is a loosely typed programming language. So try to understand one statement I'm giving you. What is JavaScript? What is JavaScript? A scripting programming language for web interactivity and lightweight programming language. Lightweight programming language and loosely typed programming language. See here, 0 argument, but 1 parameter. 1 argument, 1 parameter. 2 argument, 1 parameter. It's going to execute, not an issue, because it is a loosely typed. It is a loosely typed programming language. I hope getting better this one. See, try to understand like a cursor. It is, first of all, you need to understand function is executing or not. Function is executing or not. You need to understand. So JavaScript is a loosely typed programming language. No need to match number of arguments, number of parameters. No need to match. No need to match the number of arguments, number of parameters. Function is there. Yes, function is going to execute. I hope you got idea about the JavaScript. Is a loosely typed, nothing but mental language. Nothing but, not mental language, but it is loosely typed programming language. Just to follow this one, you will get the complete picture. Yes, buddy? I'm going to upload the video immediately. Just revise one time. Try to habituate to writing a functions. So tomorrow onwards, I'm going to start with the arrays and objects and events and DOM. So tomorrow also, I'm planning to take the session. Please log in tomorrow also. Thank you, ma. See you tomorrow. So let me go to, I'm going to execute here. Let me cd git add -a and git commit -m git push. Beautiful. See you tomorrow. Thank you, ma.
thank you, sir. Thank you all.